Hey girl,
Hey girl, hey, what it
how you
do, what it
doing?
do? I'm doing. I got my fuzzy soft clothes on, trying to stay
Mm,
warm after these snow days, and now it's rainy and
I know.
cloudy. So I'm
Rain.
feeling okay. I'm feeling okay.
Nice, nice. I
How
am
are
too.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm with you. Fuzzy, comfy, also rainy. From snow to rain. Here we are.
Yep,
Here
yep,
we are.
yep.
Yeah.
All the feels.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed. It's really cool to actually do something like this to show the people the faces of S&S. I
Here we go. Let me put my
know.
cup down.
Hey, we have been doing this for what? Almost a
Like,
year?
yeah, well, we were just talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
S&S, I want to say, was officially birthed like in the spring. We did our first
Mm-hmm.
event. It was scheduled for like March. And this time last year, she was not even an idea.
Oh, wasn't even thought of, honey.
Wasn't even thought of. And now
What
look at her.
idea? I know.
She's a
I know.
baby, but she is growing. She's developing. She's
It's,
cute.
yes. Toddler, toddler.
Yeah. So we're going on a
Emerging
year.
toddler. Yeah.
We are going on a year. How you
Indeed.
feeling about that? In all honesty, now
Oh,
we said it out
man.
loud.
Yeah. It's weird, like how you watch a person be born and then they start to hit these milestones and you're like, oh my gosh, you're like a whole human.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
kind of feel like that about S&S. It was very much an idea that started at the Joseph
Yeah.
when you hit me with so when are we gonna do an S&S? When are we? And I was like, oh, more work.
I mean, it just made sense because the things that we were doing, I mean, like you said, watching a person be born, it was very
Yeah,
interesting because she is literally like a combination of us,
I
melanin
know.
and mindfulness and Smith behavior health and wellness. And I was like, whatever we do, the ideas that were coming up, it was neither of those things alone. It was
Yeah,
literally, Smith and Shelley. And I was like,
I
S&S,
know.
there we go. Let's do it. And so it's
Yeah,
really cute to see her just like evolve and to be born just like a baby, to have the attributes of like both of us. It's
yeah.
really kind of cool. It really,
It is
really.
cool. It is cool to know that it's also like the brainchild of both of us and like our businesses, our brands, like how we do things. It's like super, super cool to see it manifest into what it is. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And like you and both of us like being in different places, just like a relationship in all honesty. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, I'm not trying to go
Here we
here.
go.
I'm literally
Here
gonna
we
keep
go.
it right here.
Here we
You
go.
know how I do. I'm gonna keep it right here so small. Like you were 3 years into like private practice after having your own like path of like being a clinician and all these things. I was like a year and a half out of grad school, like out of my first job, out of like just trying to be private practice in the way that I thought it would be. And for to see us both come together in those different spaces in life, it
Yeah.
was really, really cool because your experience brings this, my freshness kind of brings this, and it
Yeah.
just works. And it's really kind of interesting. So I say that to say, you know how I go.
Here we
Relationships, that's one of the things that we're talking about, coming up.
Mhm.
There's space to allow people to be where they are and to see
Yeah.
how those things kind of like are compatible and how they like really complement one another. So it's really good to see that. It's like lessons wrapped all up in here.
It is. I love it. You know what's funny? We just jumped into talking. We didn't even explain essence. So for the people who don't know,
We sure did. We sure
for
did.
the people who don't know, we are the faces of Smith Behavioral Health. Or excuse me, I'm the face of Smith Behavioral Health and Wellness. You are the face of.
Melanin and mindfulness.
Thank
Ooh.
you. Yes, we have come together to make S&S holistic wellness.
Smith and Shelley, Shelley and Smith, those things are interchangeable,
Yes.
whatever flows.
Yes.
Holistic wellness,
I
coming
know.
from the mindfulness point over here, the
Mm-hmm.
nutritional space with Jess. And it's really just like holistically treating our bodies, our overall well being. And it's really kind of cool to like see that. We did jump in, but that's how
We
you
did.
know
I
we just had to
know.
go there.
We
Okay,
do.
tell people about Smith Behavior Health.
Smith Behavioral Health. So Smith Behavioral Health and Wellness is basically a therapy practice, but the brand is wellness, like complete holistic wellness, kind of like what we do together. But I enjoy what we do together because it is such an expansion of what I do at Smith Behavioral Health and Wellness. But we do therapy. It's a therapy practice. We work with the holistic person. We work with the person holistically. Been around for roughly 3 years. This year will be 4, and it is crazy to think that, this has been going on for as long as it has, but super awesome, super great to serve in this way, to help people in this way. And it was super great to meet you, somebody who's like-minded, who practices similarly. But yeah, that's we work on everybody and the whole person at Smith Behavioral Health and Wellness.
That's cool. Let me tell you this. The people don't really know. A lot of people probably don't know that how we were connected through a previous, place of employment that I was at. And, just one person who knew us both. That's really how that worked. I'm so grateful that even though we came into this relationship differently, like we may be a contracted like clinician, all these things, like we allowed the relationship to be what it needed to be instead of like what we thought it was going to be. And it was just like very divinely aligned. And so with that being said, with us showing up the way that we needed to, we were able to like birth this really beautiful thing that is very like a combination of us both, but also like a thing that I feel like is needed just in our community, in our space, and all the things. So it's just very nice to like listen to yourself and allow relationships to blossom and evolve the way that they need to, in place of the way that we see them, kind of going.
Yeah. I gotta say I'm proud of us in that way for being so open, for being so open to allowing that relationship to like change and like grow. Because I think we've touched a lot of people, but then I think it's just always also been very good for us as professionals. I can honestly say I have learned more in the last year about myself and about other people just by us, like, doing our events, but then also like working together and like that perspective that you get from someone who thinks similarly, but also differently. Right. And so like, I think it's really cool that we actually allowed that to happen. Because a lot of times, we get in our own way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's real. And not only has it shown up professionally, like you said, like you've grown, I've literally personally have grown so much from allowing this relationship to be what it needs to be. Professionally, definitely being exposed to some different things, being able to be put in positions to shine and to like grow, even when I wasn't expecting to be. You know what I mean? I just wanted to do my work, see clients,
go home.
Make this life work. But God had other plans. And I'm very grateful that I had the courage to lean into them. And like you said, just the courage to allow this relationship to be what it is instead of getting in my own way. Like putting parameters around it. We're business partners and we only do business. Yeah, we're business partners. And also, what else does that look like? How does this reflect into my personal space? It's been a journey. It's been good.
So tell us a little bit more about melanin and mindfulness, ma'am.
Melanin and mindfulness. My baby. That is my baby girl. That is my boo. She is an extension of me. When you think melanin and mindfulness, you think this.
Indeed.
Melanated
for sure.
Mindfulness.
For sure. You live it. Yeah.
That is my jam. That is my jam. It's because of the perspective of life that it offers me. And that's really what it is. And realizing like that was the way that I wanted to work with my clients and giving myself the space to really work with myself that way, which is being present, being attentive to my emotions in a very different way, seeing how these things really impact my day-to-day life and just placing attention on that. Mindfulness, being present with yourself. So melanin and mindfulness, that business, that brand is all about that, creating space for our community, number one, our culture, to really place attention on ourselves. We've had to work and really keep things together in a very intentional way. And it makes sense that we've not really been familiar or comfortable with literally just being attentive to ourselves, recognizing our needs, our desires, being in these emotional spaces in very intentional ways. And it's really like offering us a different way to experience life. And that's
Yeah.
the melanin and mindfulness. We offer therapy, we offer yoga, we offer guided meditations, self exploration. And I'm also like just evolving with all the things that I have to offer. We have some really fun things coming out this year. Oh my gosh,
Hmm.
it's going to be so
For
interesting to
sure.
really expand it out and for people to really get a taste and a feel of what melanin and mindfulness is all about. So
Yeah.
keep your eyes open. It's some stuff coming down the pike for sure.
And peeled, honey. I'm excited. I'm super excited for you. Like, no, real life, like super excited for you to like kind of like move into this space,
Yeah.
and of course, like last year we were just starting. We were just really just like getting in a groove ourselves with like our work, and then we added S&S. But like, I don't know, it's super cool to see you get super excited about like what is coming down the pike, and
Yeah.
they are like completely awesome, amazing ideas and things. So I mean, stay tuned, people, stay tuned. But like, it's super cool to see you get so excited about it, but then also to see, to know that your brand is going to flourish as a result. It's just, I don't know, it's super exciting. It's like the new year has brought a lot of good new energy, and I don't know, I'm not rushing it, but it's going to be really cool for us to kind of see what it looks like and to reflect at the end of the year on
Yeah.
what like individually
Absolutely.
and collectively. So
Absolutely. Like, so, like, really, I know I say like a lot. I dated a guy. He's like, "Are you a Valley girl?" I'm like, "I'm not." I literally just say like. It was so funny. I'm like, no, never lived in California, not long term. But anyway,
funny.
but just seeing our growth individually and collectively, and knowing that we're doing this for us is very
Mhm.
like enjoyable and purposeful work, but also we're doing this because we really enjoy like having offerings for our community, for the people to connect with, for the people. Like,
Yeah,
I think that's what excites me the most. I'm like, this is going to be so good. It's so fun. It's fresh. It's different. It's approachable. It's not
yeah,
intimidating. And that's
yeah.
what I want. I want to be gentle. I want to ease in. I'm not trying to come in and like uproot anything. So I'll
No,
meet everybody where they are. And it starts with me meeting me where I am
yeah,
professionally and also in the business. So I'm
yeah.
excited to see it all flourish.
Indeed. And I gotta say too, I think that's something that I do enjoy about our events is like, we always start every event with, take from this what you need. Like in
Mhm.
this space, make it yours. There is no expectation. There are no like real limits or rules. Even like you come to this space, you have um chosen to come to this space to get what you need. And so I think it's really cool too to like watch people do that, but then also for us to do that for ourselves,
Mhm.
because we come into those spaces like taking from it what we need as well, while also facilitating, right? And so I'm super excited to see how we run this year. Super excited.
I am too. I remember,
Yeah.
like we said, this time last year, S&S was not a thing. I was
Mm-mm.
fresh off the boat, like literally
Yeah.
just jumping into private practice. This past August, well, September 1 made your 3-year mark and
Yeah.
my 1-year mark in private practice. So I'm a babe in this thing. So to
Yeah.
see S&S flourish the way that it did last year, to even see me, I can acknowledge that, acknowledge how melanin and mindfulness has grown. I'm just curious, like you said, not rushing it, but kind of
Mm-mm.
like anticipating, like waiting for like all the little surprises along the way, all the
Yeah.
things that we can never even like imagine or guess or plan for. Just like they kind of showed up last year.
They
Just
did.
about them showing up, in this year.
They did. That's real. I do remember very distinct moments where I was like, we did that. And also just like the feelings and like the all of the things just around like doing it, right? And just also seeing how it impacted others.
Ooh,
It was
because
great.
this is a little inside thing, but it's a real thing. Even just saying this, September 1 was your anniversary. It was my anniversary. And also it was the night, I mean, we took a walk in the park and it was like
Yeah.
so many things just came together,
Mm-hmm.
just with us doing what we needed to do. And that was
Indeed.
one of the little surprises, just all the little
Yeah.
things. I'm like, snap, I can't even imagine what's going to happen this year.
I can't either. It's exciting, also like anticipating, but also kind of like, I'm gonna let it happen, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. What do we have coming up? What
Oh
can
man.
people look out for?
Curious about love.
That's the bestest ever.
I love it. Hey, so coming up February, the first Sunday in February, we're doing an event about love. And as we know, February is that love month. Also, it's Black History Month too. Let's not forget that.
Black
Um,
love.
that part. But it is the month of love. Valentine's Day falls in that month. And we're going to be doing an event around love, but not just like romantic love. And I think that's what Valentine's Day is typically centered around, but familial love, like, how we love in our families, friendships, of course, romantic relationships, even how we, love many people are in love with their pets.
Yep.
But I kind of think of those things as just like their connections, right? And that's one of the 8 C's of self-connectedness, the need to feel connected and be connected. And so just really having an open dialogue about love, what the word means, but also what the feeling means. And like we kind of talked about today, we don't typically talk about love. People scared of that word, honey. Super,
Vulnerability.
super.
Vulnerability. Even
So much
talking
more.
about it.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
so to even be able to talk about our feelings around the vulnerability, around using the word and all the things and the feeling and having the feeling, what that means.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, stay tuned. February, first Sunday in February, we're going to chop it up
I'm
about love.
excited about that one. I can't lie because I'm a lover of love. I keep a lot of pink around because
Mhm.
I'm super like girly and I love hearts. There are hearts all the time, everywhere. But also, I do love the like experience of like talking about love, creating more comfortability, more familiarity with the depth and the experiences of it. Sometimes it can feel a little superficial. And it's like
Mhm.
love can be wrapped in so many things. And just having a conversation around it is going to be really interesting. Self-love,
Oh, yes.
deepening that, being curious about that, the barrier
Mhm.
between self-love, because the love that we have for ourselves we radiate that out to our companions, whether they're our pets, to our family, to our friends, to things,
Indeed. Yeah,
in our work. I don't want to go there because you know how I get.
I know.
I'm excited. See, I love talking about love. It can be very uncomfortable. It can be complex, just like life. It's one of those things, but I'm excited, looking forward to it. And we're going to have to give some little tidbits along the way as we build up to
Of
that event.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that'd be
think
cool.
I'm most excited to one be in that space because I'm always excited to be in spaces where we're doing things, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just cool to be in that energy and to like feel that energy and to like feel that energy out. But I'm excited to like see what comes from that conversation,
Me too.
to just hear the people and also excited to see how people come to that space and use it in the way that they need it.
I think the
Because love
expectation
is
is
hard.
about intimate love, but loving your family is hard. Being a human is hard. Loving life is hard. Loving yourself can be hard. So many things, but also doesn't have to be a but. These things get to coexist.
They
Although
do.
it's challenging, it can be exciting. It can be invigorating. It can be so many different things. So I'm
Yeah.
really, really excited to talk about it and create just a platform for variety,
Yes,
just intimate love for some variety.
I
So
enjoy. I
what's
like
up? Me too. What else
food.
we got? We have that's coming up. What's coming up
Mm.
that I want to share?
Let's see. We got that coming up. We'll be doing more of this for sure, connecting with each other and the people.
I like this too. We don't do this as much. We need to do
We
this
don't.
more.
I like it. I
Me too.
enjoy it. It's real cool. Um, we got that. Let's see. We might have an event coming up in March with a guest.
Yes,
Mhm.
that is
We might be putting a
possible.
little guest. Stay tuned. It's a little surprise, people. It's a little surprise. Um, but then we'll have our summer. Our summer, man, our summer is about to be busted. It's going to be awesome. Our summer is going to be awesome. Our summer last
So
year was
funny.
awesome.
Oh my
We do
gosh,
a
it
lot
was.
of, our events in the park. Our spring and summer was fire.
It was. It was nice. It really,
It
really was.
was. It was.
Hmm.
But to be able to like be back out in nature, I think will be awesome. One, I mean, because it's just fun.
Mhm.
And again, to feel grounded, to feel connected, to feel supported in that way, but then also to be around other people. But we're gonna have our inner child event. I'm most definitely sure of it. Last year was a I won't fill the water balloons so full this time so that they actually bust. Okay.
That was
I
fun though.
I remember that little tidbit of information. I will actually not do that this time.
That was fun.
We'll probably have an event at the vineyard too. Actually, we will have an event at the vineyard. Self-care Sunday event, most likely. And we got that idea last year when we did our mixer
That
at
was
the
so much
vineyard, which
fun.
was so much fun. Such a beautiful day.
It was everything. It was
It was a
perfect.
beautiful day for that.
Mhm.
So yeah, we got some things coming up. We typically, jazz it up
Yeah, we
every now
do.
and then. So I'm here
Yes,
for it.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to all the events, like you said, warming up and all the things, but also like building on this. I think this will be
Yeah,
really fun for the people to get just a little, inside peek of what we do. I think we do present
yeah.
our events and we present a certain way, but like the people don't really know us. Number one,
They don't.
we're funny AF. I'm an idiot.
As
I'm
am
a
I.
whole fool out here.
Yeah.
We have healthy dialogue and we allow our professional and personal lives to really like coexist in a
Mhm.
healthy way. And I think it would be nice to just for people to see us, just a little differently. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to that, along with all of our events. I think it'll even give them a little more depth. It's more than just
Mhm.
like presenting the material. It's like literally you get to like be with us and we're
Yeah.
cool. I
I'm
mean,
with yeah, I'm with you on that. We are cool. We dope. AF. Okay.
AF.
But I also really am looking forward to having these conversations about certain topics.
Ooh, girl, all the tea. Mm. Because it's the dating, it's the
It's
work, it's the parenting, it's the businesswoman, it's
it's
everything.
it's so many things. It's so many things. I'm super, I mean, we talk a lot about these things like in our own, like, and when we have meetings, when we meet up, like out in these streets. But it's gonna be really cool to kind of have these conversations here too, and like, you know, kind of have these conversations with the people too,
Yeah, yeah, for real.
So I
It's
think
the
it's gonna
fun.
be a great year.
I know it is. I see it, I
Yeah.
believe it, I manifest it, I script it, and I receive it. Boom. Point blank,
And go.
period.
That part. Here for all of it.
Yeah, me too.
Well, let me ask you this question in closing.
Boom. What you got?
I don't know. We just talked about all the things we're looking forward to this year. But what would you say you are looking forward to the absolute most this
Mm,
year, 2022?
okay. And I'm going to speak this. And now I'm literally just going to put this out into the universe for real, for
Okay.
real. What I'm looking forward to the most are like the little surprises that the universe has for me. I love surprises. Not many people know that. And not like, boo, scare me. Like, no, 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 no. Not like surprise party. No, I guess one of those things like my love language, little gifts, and not necessarily an actual gift. A surprise can be a gift like thoughtfulness, like those types of things. I'm looking forward to being surprised by my surprises, like things that I could not have imagined, financially, in my business, in my profession, in my relationships, in my friendships, just all the little gems. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. And the interesting thing is, I won't always know it when it's happening, but like
Mm-hmm.
reflecting on it, that's even going to be like a little gem. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. And that just leaves the doors wide open for all the goodness, all the abundance to just kind of flow in and for me to just take myself and wrap myself in them. That's
I
where I
love
am. Me,
I
oh,
love that.
yeah.
That's super cool. I like that a lot. Gems, like little things. They're like seeds almost. Like
Mhm.
they might not like, you might not even understand them when they're happening, but then the ability to kind of look back and reflect and be like, oh,
Yeah. And like, oh snap, that showed up for me in so many ways.
Yeah,
Allowing experiences to have depth, to have like value and meaning, and not like box them in. Like this happened, and it doesn't have to be like this happened and that's it. Allowing the
yeah,
experience to be integrated, to flow, to like do all the things,
I love
mindful.
that. Yeah. Okay, mindfulness. See what I'm saying? You be living it out. You live your brand.
I
You
do.
live your brand, and that's real. That's real.
What about you?
Mm. This is gonna sound really interesting, but I'm accepting the challenge. I'm looking forward to being uncomfortable this year.
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
looking forward to being uncomfortable. And that sounds so weird to say, but like I've learned in the last couple of years, even like when we got ready to start our business, and I mean, when you hit me with the so when are we gonna do? I was like, oh. But out of that came so much growth.
Yeah,
And had I said no, had I been like, I'm not open, I'm not willing, these things we wouldn't be sitting here today,
that's real. That's
you
so real.
know?
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
real.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to the discomfort, to be able to know that I have the choice. I have a choice to lean in, lean in more or
Hmm.
not. And so super excited to see also like how that
Yes.
manifests and the growth that comes from it. So I think that's what I'm now. I say that now. Don't now when I might get on here next month like what?
Because when
Like
you said
it's
looking
so
forward to
uncomfortable.
being uncomfortable, I was like, ooh,
It's
mm,
so uncomfortable, and I hate it. But again, I think it's going to be one of those situations where in that moment it could definitely be uncomfortable, and I might not understand it in that moment, but later I will. And
yeah,
so I welcome those opportunities for growth. I welcome those challenges because I know I'll be better for it. I was better for it last year.
come on now.
So we
You know
just
what's
gonna
so
continue.
funny? You always say that little tidbit about, so when are we going to do this? And you were like, whoo, I never even really thought about it that way. I remember we were sitting in a meeting, our very first meeting, matter of fact. This is how this
Yeah.
came about. And I was like, I really want to do something such and such. I was like, what do you think about this? And you just seemed open in the moment. You started like taking notes and things like that. And I was like, okay. And so every time I hear that, I'm like, that I wouldn't have known had you not said it, in all honesty.
That's so
That's a big deal.
funny. Oh, I was thinking it, honey. And I think at that point, but at that point, I was doing so many things on my own. Right.
Mhm.
And I was like so exhausted. And I was like, oh man, she wants okay. And it was, don't get me wrong, it was when you said it, I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some more work to do. Okay, we're gonna have more work to do. And so it became this thing where for a long time I just didn't want to say yes to things because I knew that I already had a lot on my plate.
Yeah.
But then again, it goes back to like saying it's to say, okay, yeah, let's do this. But then also in this partnership, knowing that like I wasn't in it by myself, I wasn't doing everything alone. I mean, we do everything together when it comes to S&S, and so it's been a great experience. And I just think I think about had I said no, uh, where would we be today? I don't know.
That's
I
for
might
real.
be some looking like an ogre, upset, grumpy. Here we go, But like, it's been a great experience and a great way for me. And I might even speak. You can speak for yourself on this, but I feel like you would agree that it's been a great outlet as a
Yeah.
business person to like actually have fun. And I'm not saying I don't have fun in my business, but it's a different kind of fun
Yeah. No, I
with
know.
someone I enjoy doing things with. So yeah, girl, when you would talk about it, I'd be taking notes, but I was over there like, when we gonna do this and how we gonna do
That's
it?
hilarious to me. It's so funny. I just remember sitting
Yeah,
in Pinewood and we just talking and chopping the things up. And every time I hear this in hindsight, I'm like, dang, I did not know that. I was just talking about stuff that I wanted to do because, I like to do, and it was all about like yoga and processing and all the things. So, you know,
yeah,
it's just cool to hindsight. That's it. Hindsight is
indeed.
weird funny.
It is very, very funny. It's funny how you kind of look back on it and like see how you made decisions too. And it's like, ooh, I'm glad I said yes. Cause ooh, child.
The
I
same
don't know.
goes for me even here. Like I had put in my letter of resignation at a previous job, didn't know what I was going to do. And then got a text message and was like, maybe, what do you think about meeting with her? I was like, okay. And here we are. So I said yes to you. You said yes to me. And here we go. You know?
Yeah, I
There
love
we
it.
go.
I love it. It's gonna be a great year, I have no doubt.
Mm-hmm. I'm with
Indeed.
it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Looking forward to connecting with the people next. They're definitely going to see this more often. This was good.
Yeah,
This was fun.
for sure. For sure. Cool. Well, it was nice chatting with you, girl, as always.
You the bomb, girl. You the bomb.
You the bomb. No, you the bomb.
No, you the
Dot
bomb.
com.
Okay, we're
No,
not
you
going
the
to do
bomb.
that. Because no, you the bomb.
Oh my goodness. Well, until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful night, day, week, all the things.
All the things. Because I'll be right back up in here in about
What
12 hours seeing my
you
client.
said,
Here
oh
we
man,
go. Here we go.
and go that part.
No,
But cool.
this was cool. Hit me on the line anytime.
I got you, girl. Anytime. Right back at you.
You are so silly. Okay. Have a great night. See you
Thanks, you
soon.
too. Bye.
Bye.